Hello, Namaste, and Sat Shri Akal to everyone. Welcome to the world of confidence, where we will focus on the personality makeover together. So now I'll be asking you certain questions to which you have to answer yourself honestly. Do you get butterflies in your stomach when you are told to come on stage? Have you ever observed that before speaking, the words get stuck in your mouth? Do you get nervous just by the thought of speaking in front of the audience? If your answer is yes to all the above questions, then this video is for you. So watch till the end and find all the aspects of a confident personality and what are the various areas where you need to work upon. This is Silky Arya, your certified personality and skill development coach who has a decade of work experience in various national and international organizations. Do you know that being an engineer and a management student, even I used to face same issues that you are experiencing with respect to public speaking. But after working a lot on myself, I have realized that gaining confidence is just like a cakewalk. So I will take you through this journey of confidence building and overall personality development, where I will share some tried and tested methodologies which has helped me and will surely help you to perform better, be it academics, be it sports, be it your personal life. So let's get started. So today we will understand what do we mean by personality, personality development, what are the various aspects of personality development, some learnings for life, understand your true nature through a game, and parallelly, we will be learning which are the areas and skills that we need to work upon. So let us first understand what a personality is. So personality is defined as the characteristic sets of behaviors, cognitions, and emotional patterns that evolve from biological and environmental factors. पर्सनालिटी आपकी पहचान है जो आपको एक यूनिक इंडिविजुअल बनाती है और आपको यूनिक बनाते हैं आपके पर्सनालिटी ट्रेट्स, आपके इमोशनल एंड बिहेवियरल पैटर्न्स जो कि इन्फ्लुएंस्ड होते हैं आपके एक्सटर्नल एनवायरनमेंट एंड इंटरनल बायोलॉजिकल फैक्टर्स से. But how to build a charismatic personality that creates a lifelong impression on people's mind often becomes a challenge for all of us. Now, let us focus on what is personality development. Now, if I speak about the definition, it encompasses the dynamic construction and deconstruction of integrative characteristics that distinguish an individual in terms of interpersonal behavioral traits. मतलब ये एक ऐसा प्रोसेस है जिसके थ्रू आप अपने आप को पहचानते हो और दोबारा अपने पर काम करके एक कॉन्फिडेंट एंड अनबीटेबल पर्सनालिटी के रूप में उभरते हो, keeping in mind certain vital areas that have been shared on the screen. Have a look at it. So personality development caters to a wide range of arenas like attitude building, the most important, communication skills, vital, body language, confidence building, leadership skills, time management, team skills, motivation, listening skills, self-awareness, habit formations, physical and mental health, interpersonal skills, behavioral skills, stress management, thinking skills, emotional intelligence, memory enhancement, to name a few, which will focus on building a better you. So as discussed earlier, personality is of two types. One is outer and the another is inner. Now, we all know that it is very easy to build the external personality, but the moment we start to speak, the real you is witnessed. So come, let us understand our extensive personality traits with the help of an age-old story, but with a radical twist about hare and a tortoise. So now this is the story we all have grown up with. And in this story, initially, there is a competition and argument between the tortoise and the rabbit that who runs faster. Now they decide to keep a race. And as we all know, the rabbit initially runs very fast. Then he sees that the tortoise is far behind. So let me just take a nap. And while he was taking a nap, he soon fell asleep. And the tortoise, in the meantime, slowly and steadily won this race. So what is the moral of the story? That slow and steady wins the race. Now we all know about this story. हम सब इस story के साथ बड़े हुए हैं. बट ये बहुत पुराना वर्जन हो चुका है एंड अब टाइम है कुछ नया लाने का. तो स्टोरी कंटिन्यूज. आगे देखते हैं क्या होता है. नाउ the hare or the rabbit, he was quite disappointed. He thought, I run so fast, how can I lose the race? So now what happens is he again goes to the tortoise, and he says, he challenges the tortoise once again. So now can we have another race? The tortoise agrees. Then this time the rabbit had committed to himself that he will run and run and run, and he won this race by several miles. Now, what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is that fast and consistent will always beat the slow and steady. So in our lives also, we have experienced this, that अगर हम slow and steady हैं, अच्छी बात है, लेकिन उससे बेहतर है fast and reliable होना. That means if you are working somewhere, if you are studying, if you are reliable, if people can have faith in you that yes, you can finish this work in time and that too accurately, definitely they will prefer you as a person. But the story still continues. Now what happens is that this time tortoise does some soul searching. He wanted to win the race once again because once he had won this race. Now he goes to the hare. He says, can we have another race, but on a slightly different route? And the hare agrees. Then this time the route was, initially it was a land, then it was a river, and then again land, and then finally the goal was there. Now, initially the rabbit ran and ran and ran since he had promised that he will be consistent. But as soon as he reached the river bank, he stopped. In that particular time, the tortoise came slowly and steadily. He swam across the river quickly, again landed, walked and finished and won the race. So now what is the moral of the story now? The moral of the story is that first we need to identify our core competencies and then change the playing field to suit your core competency. Now, what do we mean by this? Now, thing is कि सबसे पहले हमें अपनी major skills को पहचानना है. We need to understand what are my strengths, and then as per the situation, we need to change our strategy. So over here, we see various leadership skills, various situational skills. If we need to rise in our career, if we need to enhance our career growth, we need to understand what we are good at and then work accordingly. But the story still continues. Now, with this time, the hare and the rabbit, they became good friends, and they decided to run a race once again, but with a slight change. What was that change? They decided that this time they will run as a team. So remember, we are working on these skills parallelly. So please understand that what skills you possess and you would like to work upon. Now, this time they wanted to run the race again. So initially, when it was the land portion, the rabbit carried the tortoise on his back. When it was the time to cross the river, the tortoise carried rabbit on his back. Again on the land, the rabbit carried tortoise on his back and they won the race together. Now, we can get the essence of the story from here, that how important are team skills. So as per the situation, we need to understand our core competencies, but at the same time, हमें बाकी सबकी skills को भी पहचान कर उन्हें एक टीम के अंदर टुगेदर इकट्ठे कैसे काम करना है, हमें इसके ऊपर भी फोकस करना चाहिए. So now comes the time for the very interesting part, which is the game named as the cube. So let us go through a personality development test. I'm sure you all would like to know something about your personality and also the environmental factors, various aspects that impact how we deal with the situations. So now I'm going to ask you a series of questions. So please remember your answers. And if you think you will not be able to remember your answers, pick up a pen and a paper and start writing your answers. So now let me just explain you this particular game wherein I will be asking you certain questions. You have to close your eyes and imagine certain things. So follow the instructions. So now close your eyes and imagine a desert. Now somewhere in this desert, there is a cube. How does the cube looks like? Is it big or small? What color is it? Is it transparent or not? Where is the cube? Is it in the middle of the desert or somewhere in the corner? What is the cube made of? Can you see the flat side of the cube? Or can you see it as a 3D object? Now, somewhere in the desert, there is also a ladder. How does the ladder look like? What color is it? Is it big or small? Is it far away from the cube or near the cube? Does it have many rungs or steps or just a few? And finally, somewhere in the desert, there is a storm. Where is this storm? Is it near the cube or far away from the cube? Is it big or small? Is it strong storm or weak? Is it passing by or staying? I hope that you all must have remembered your answers, and if not, then you must have written down your answers. Now let's come to the analysis part. Now, since the analysis is quite elaborative, so I will be telling you briefly about this particular game. Now, the cube, the first object in the desert, it represents you. So the bigger the cube, the bigger is your ego. Now, if the cube that you saw is transparent, you are open to others and you don't hide anything from your friends or family. If you cannot see through the cube, it simply means that you are a private person and you don't talk much about yourself. Now, if your cube was made out of something solid and strong, it means that you are a strong person. And if it was soft, it means that you can be easily influenced and you are emotional person. Now, basically, how you think about the cube represents how you think about yourself. So next we have the color of the cube, which will be common to the ladder also. So what does ladder mean? The ladder represents your friends. So the closer the ladder to the cube, the closer you are with your friends. And if the ladder is leaning against the cube, this simply means that some friends are relying on you or expecting you to act according to their wishes. The more number of steps the ladder has, the more friends you have. Talking about the storm, it simply means that how you deal with the difficulties in your life. So if you see a big storm, that means that you always try to make a drama out of something. And if the storm is small and far away from you, it means that you are a calm and positive person. So if you want to know this particular thing in detail, you can contact me. You can contact on these particular details that will be shared on the screen right now with you. So I hope the contact details are visible to you. And I'm sure whatever we have gone through today, you must have thoroughly enjoyed and must have learned many, many things out of it. Definitely, you must have understood what are the areas that you need to work upon. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to interact with all of you. And thank you so much for your time.